Hello, everybody. We are Table for Four. I am Matthew,
I'm Gavin.
I'm Connor.
I'm Gibson.
and tonight we're talking Smash 4, baby. We're going to show you our tier list. We're going to say why we think it's good, and we're going to tell you how we went about making it, and got some swanky jazz over there. What we first did was we came up with the idea to make a tier list, and we said, how are we going to do this? We said, we'll all individually make a tier list. We'll come together, have a good discussion about it, and we, instead of averaging out our tier list based on position or based on what tiers everyone was in, we
Talked through it.
discussed it, and we really just sat down like grown-ups and yelled at each other.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't think there's any more background really needed for that. I think it's pretty okay. We'll just this is our, if it'll pop up.
It'll pop up.
Yeah. There we go. That's our tier list. That's it. You can see it on screen. Should
Are
be
we
able
going
to.
to be linking our tier list anywhere?
Should we?
Are we?
I mean, do we really need to? It's on the screen.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, no, I mean after the stream ends.
Oh yes, we'll
Call it
upload
VOD.
that.
It's called a VOD. I'm sure this VOD's in high demand.
It's totally in high demand.
You want to start
Do you
from
think the tier list is in high demand?
I don't know.
You think everybody's like, dude, these guys know what they're talking about?
Dude,
By the end of the show,
Professionals.
that's what they should say.
Table
I
for
hope.
Four Titanium Magneto knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a master.
I don't know
Are
what
you?
you're talking about, but we fit trainers A tier.
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
As you can clearly see, Wii Fit Trainer is D.
Yeah,
Not A.
not quite. Kind of far from it.
I was about to say not quite.
Where do you guys
Okay.
want to start?
Let's
At
start
the
at the
top.
top.
This is a sore spot for me. There are several sore spots for me, but you know, we worked through it.
We
We
yelled
were
at each other.
adults.
We played games and proved each other wrong. And by each other, I mean you and
We
Gibson.
never had a Diddy
What?
Chic matchup.
Dude, no one's like, dude, We Fit Trainer is really good.
It was a 3-1 on that one.
No one's like, if I was putting We Fit Trainer against like Sonic, it'd be We Fit Trainer every time. No one's saying that. For good reason.
Is Gibson saying that?
I mean, does he count?
Not whoa. Not really.
Dude,
against
he's the
Sonic.
fourth at this table, just like everyone.
The fourth.
He's like the weak fourth.
What? Alright. So, at the top of my tier list, when we did individuals, I actually had Sheik as tippy top. And that was because when I see Zero versus Mewtwo King play, Zero plays as Sheik, and that's his, not his main, because I'm pretty sure Diddy is still his main, even though Sheik is his best. I see Mewtwo King get, it's pretty even, but there are games where it's just completely in Zero's favor. But as I've been explained to tonight, this is not really M2K's game, but
No, it really. I mean, he's still a really good player, but I don't feel like this game is as good as Melee was to him.
He stays relevant by playing the top tier.
yeah. And that's no way to just completely make a tier list. You still have to go off some stats.
But boy, did he have stats.
Oh my god. Diddy's like down throw, up air, fair, and it's like you're at 50%.
The thing is, it's not that it's just that strong. It's a true combo too.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to like DI, and you can DI just far enough away that he can't up air. Instead, he's gonna fair you.
Or you're light enough to
Yeah.
air dodge out of it and just like get enough room. It's really it's pretty specific stuff.
Yeah, it is. But it's just really strong. And what I feel is really going to give him an advantage is that glide tossing that we
Oh,
talked
God.
about. Glide tossing is back in. Instead of like roll canceling like you did in Brawl, you have to jump cancel glide toss. And I feel that's going to be really strong for Diddy and his play.
I feel like you're right. I don't like it, but
You don't have to like it.
exactly. That's exactly why. I still feel like Sheik is a very, very close second,
Yes.
if it was anybody. But you want to talk about A plus?
On A plus, those four.
Yeah.
Honestly, a big thing of A plus was mobility. If you look at all of the characters there, they all have an insane amount of mobility. Sonic, being the fastest character and everything,
Mhm.
has really, really nice combos with his side B jumping out into up airs or fairs or anything. And he can even follow up with some attacks with a up B to either an up air or fair or something and kill off the top pretty easy. And then Zero Suit Samus, of course, is all about mobility. We can see that in players like, was it Salem from Apex 2013 and Brawl. But that's still carried over here, and her up B is now a kill move. And it's really strong. And if you watch some sets from like Nairo and everything, she did like a 6-string true combo on Captain Falcon to kill off the top of Battlefield with her up B.
I remember you showing me
Oh my
that.
gosh. She has a lot of strength. And even though they kind of nerfed her paralyzer and everything, as far as she can't down smash twice for the extra damage and retain the full amount of paralysis, she only gets one down smash. Her follow ups on them are like spot on. You're still getting a 30% for getting down smashed or something.
Yeah.
And then Yoshi has that command grab with his
Neutral B.
neutral B there, which is really, really nice. And he has a high amount of mobility, especially with that second jump.
Super armor.
Oh yeah, super armor on it and everything, and how far it can take him. And then he has a nice projectile with his up B that he can aim like he wants to.
Fairly
His side
reliable.
B like really isn't all that much. He can jump in it
It's-
now,
it's
which
good
is
for
pretty
mix-ups.
cool. Yeah, it's more of a mix-up tool. And his down B is a kill.
Yeah.
That Yoshi bomb, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I have no idea what that one
Um,
is.
But he has really, really good aerials, especially that Nair. This is a GTFO kind of thing.
Get
comes
out of
out
my
so
face.
fast. And then Captain Falcon, he has so much mobility and so many kill options too.
Yeah,
So
and
he just combos really, really easily. But if you really look at it, we kind of put it in order of who has the most mobility and options, being Sonic and Zero Suit with her paralyzer, and Yoshi with his erratic movements and unpredictability.
yeah,
And then Falcon's just pretty much straight up, he's gonna true combo you to death.
and even though like knee is harder to hit, it's just like it
He
still
doesn't-
kills at like.
He really doesn't need it.
Of course not.
I get it. Need it.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty good.
Oh, you're punny.
That was pretty good. No, you're funny. You made the joke. I get it.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
hmm Do you want to hit up the next one? The A minus?
You want to hit up AMS?
I don't have it in front of you.
You don't?
No, I have chat.
Oh, you have chat.
Oh, so A minus was Rosalina, who's pretty much like the best in the game, right? And then there was Naz,
You
Lucario.
didn't tell them why she's the
Oh,
best
because
in
she
the-
is.
She's
I
like
mean,
2 players in one.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like a 2v1 the whole game. You can't fight that. I don't know why Rob's there. He's like the worst. Fox is there because he's Fox.
No bias.
Fox
No
is pretty much always the best.
So, Rosie's good because she can always cover pretty much anything that she needs to. Because you have Luma, and even when she's dead, you're right there.
Yeah, it was true.
Even when Luma dies, Rosie still has insane coverage. Fair, Nair. Nair covers everything. Up air, you can kill off the top, and even though they can SDI out of it, it's still or I guess just DI out of it. It's still a very, very like, even if it's just above her, it's like a cylinder. It's like, if you don't get out of it, then it's going to kill you at like, even on FD, it's going to kill you at like 90. And other than that, just like coverage, and then Luma makes for really, really good combos.
Janky hitboxes, man.
That's that too.
What's different between her and a lot of other characters? Their hitboxes are overlapping their hurtbox,
Yeah.
like a kick or something. So their foot is both a hurtbox and a hitbox at the same time. With her, she sends a galaxy out so it has range, and it's janky, just like Ness's Fair or something.
Yeah,
So she's harder to hit through her moves.
it's even it's like even seen in it's really weird to see that on a character where it's just like, of course, like, okay, forward smash, up smash, those are going to be pretty big if you have, like, it's not disjointed, right? Hitboxes.
I don't know if you could call him that.
I don't think you could.
I don't know.
I don't think so either.
But it's rare to see a character with that much range and that much power. But and then her dash attack, even then, dash attack's not that good
Galactic
on
Dolphin.
on any character, but it's like it's oh so slightly. She just hits you with the crown of her on her head, and it's just like, how did you do that?
It's got some pretty respectable range.
Yeah. Did we want to talk through each character? Because if so, I think the Ness is Gibson's.
I mean,
Flash is pretty good.
Flash is very niche. It's pretty reliable though, but he has Thunder and Fire, which are very good spacing options, along with Fair, which has pretty interesting knockback. You can usually, if you get an opponent that doesn't SDI out, you can usually combo 1 or 2, maybe even 3 Fairs all into each other. Nair is also really reliable. It's a good combo breaker because it comes out instantly and it has good coverage around him. All of his smashes are pretty useful, although they don't hit at both sides of him at the same time, so you have to be really conscious of whether you want that up smash to hit in front of you or the down smash to hit behind you before you get to the other side. Because if your opponent's fast enough, they can just get around that pretty easily. But he has fairly strong options, and if you're cheeky, you can get that 30% kill with PK Flash. And that's pretty nice too.
Yeah. Lucario is not my guy. I don't. On my list, I think he was like 13. He's higher on this one, but that's okay.
I don't remember.
The point is, Aura and Rage are
Ridiculous.
yeah.
There was
Give
one
him-
tournament where a Lucario had Aura and Rage and killed a Sonic at 51% with his back air. Like, it's just so powerful.
It sounds silly.
It really is.
And even though, because that's the strategy against Lucario, you got to kill him early. At top play, it's like they're going to use that to their advantage. If you get them into that range of Aura and Rage, they're not going to let you kill them. It's like it's very, very difficult to.
It's less about them letting you kill
Yeah.
him and more, can you even hit him because you're dead? You can't hit him if you're not there.
It's true.
And then there's Rob.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And
Yeah,
Rob just
so
has
many.
good options with his laser and his gyro and everything. But then he also has a pretty nice true combo with down throw to up air. And up air has a good amount of knockback, and that's just a lot of damage. And then when you're on stages like Battlefield or Smashville, where you have a platform above you, up throw is a kill because he'll rise up and then like nail you down almost like a seismic toss from Charizard. Except if there's a platform above you, you'll hit the platform instead, so you get that extra boost. And I know that can kill fairly early on some characters. But he's just a really, really solid character with really solid options. That gyro is really annoying.
It can be pretty annoying, yeah.
Trying to pick it up, you just hit yourself on it. But then his side B also reflects projectiles, which is really cool too. And not many people use that because a lot of people kind of get trapped into it. Like, once you commit to side B, you have to commit to side B.
Sure, but
But-
its hitbox is fairly large and can
Mhm.
punish people who try to approach poorly.
And his smashes just deal a lot of damage. He's a solid character.
I
And
agree.
then there's Fox.
Fox is, I'd say, I wouldn't say unexpected because he was high on my list, but like he's there pretty much. It's just like it's really hard to say that it transitioned from other games because Melee is just an entirely different story
Sure.
because his kit was just so. It was so like necessary I don't think that's the right way to put it.
I don't think that's the
It,
right
it's
way
just
to put
didn't it didn't transition well because everything is a lot floatier.
As a man Sakurai and them all making melee, it's like, dude, you know what we need? We need this guy. Okay, he's gonna kill him off top of the stage. So easy. This is gonna be the best thing ever, guys. Trust me. We need this.
Yeah, that's definitely not what I meant.
Raised ceilings and the game being fairly easier to recover from does kind of hurt Fox, but he still has fairly good tools.
Yeah.
His up air kills pretty early.
Yeah, that's mainly what I was talking about because you can't. It's very difficult to juggle because it's just like because the game's physics engine is different and it's not everything is not as weighty as Melee or like Project M or anything, but like air dodging isn't as good as it was in Brawl, so it's better for him, but it's still not like the best. But he's still up smash kills early, up airs kill pretty early. It's still a really nice kit.
And he has a really nice snare. It's just like Link's and Mario's and everything where it just comes out super fast and it's just get off me.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
And then that takes us down into the B plus tier and everything.
God,
And
Luigi.
we're starting that with Luigi. He's a really, really solid character in this game.
It's crazy.
A little different from Mario. They both have that kind of like down throw combo going. Except
Right.
Mario down throws to up tilt and Luigi down throws to fair. And I honestly like Luigi's fair a lot more than Mario's.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh.
a lot more useful.
Although, unlike Mario, Luigi can pretty much chain his down throw into any other of his aerials, and if you chain it into Nair, it'll send the enemy even further up, and you can just do a double jump follow through into fair something else. And if you really put in the practice, Luigi can chain grab if you short hop dare spike and then re-grab.
Oh, that's interesting.
So he has some pretty good combos. Also, if you get a grab right next to the ledge, you can take advantage of that down throw dare spike to get an easy kill.
Oh wow.
I don't know about easy, but like because it takes skill to do, but I know what you're going for. Like
I would say it takes skill to go from the dare spike into the fast fall re-grab, but if all you want is the short hop dare, it's honestly not that hard so long as you're comfortable with the enemy character's weight, because each character goes a
bounces
different.
differently.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes
And
sense.
their DI and everything. It's just solid character.
Mm-hmm.
And then we move on to Mega Man there with, like players like Zuko really making him shine. That projectile game is strong.
If you haven't heard of Zuko, there'll probably be a lot of names on here that you might not have heard of. So like you might have heard of Boss. He plays Luigi, so that's cool. Zuko, if you haven't seen a Zuko match, look it up, because it's solid. It's so good, and glide tossing true combo for Mega Man is a thing.
Oh my gosh. With Mega Man's neutral B, which is that saw blade, he can throw it down and then pick it up. And with jump cancelled glide tossing, he can true combo like a lot of characters. Lightweight characters like 15% into like an up smash. Middleweight characters to like 30% to an up smash. And then heavyweight characters to like 60%.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous. And basically, what you do is glide toss towards them and throw the saw blade down at the ground as it hits them, and then pick the saw blade up and repeat, and just keep going. And it'll take them from west coast to east coast.
Just take them
right
across
there.
stage.
And even if they're shielding it, if you do it fast enough, there's so much shield stun that they can't react and grab you out of it.
Yeah.
It's just really, really powerful. And that's going to up his game a lot now that people are starting to realize that's the thing.
Yeah, like if you understand what's coming, then obviously you're gonna try to like not let it happen. But I don't know. I just feel like I would like to see Zuko like if Zuko knows that tech, I want to see a game where he's
Oh my
able to
gosh, I
implement
really
it.
hope he learns it and gets good at it.
Yeah.
That's so flashy.
There are other Mega Man players. If you've heard of Styles, he plays along with Shofu and his crew. But I think Zuko is probably the most solid I've seen.
And then we're moving on to Pit there.
Yeah.
Pit's just a really solid character in this game, from his down throw to either fair or up air on most characters, or neutral air. Like, those are pretty solid combos, racks up damage. And of course, he has his shields with his down B and the raptor boost, kind of like side B.
Yeah, it's upper dash arm.
Mm-hmm.
And recovery is not always big because like can still get stage spike, but it's still pretty like it's pretty long. It's a very big recovery.
The big thing that differentiates him from Dark Pit, though, and why he's so much higher, is the mobility on his arrows.
Yeah.
Being able to follow a person off stage without actually following them off stage
Chase them down.
is
Don't
really,
have to be
really
there.
cool. And being able to loop your arrows around to hit them and stun them and gimp them is just really, really strong. And it's something Dark Pit isn't able to do.
Mm-hmm. The most he can do is like if someone isn't fast enough to grab ledge, it's like, oh, I can shoot you once.
And a lot of people argue that, you know, Dark Pit's side B is better. Pit's side B actually kills off the top earlier.
Yeah, and it's really more of, am I going to be able to hit this on Dark Pit? Because yeah, it has more horizontal KO potential, but it's still it's not nearly as much as like
They're both
made
really
out to
easy
be.
to shield.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to be pretty confident that you're about to get that hit.
Right. It's not like something. It's not like It's more of, I can't even call it a space closer because there's so much ending lag on it. And if you're trying to close space with that, you're not going to get the job done.
Something that you want to combo into rather
Yeah.
than start a combo with.
Something that I'll do is wait until they're getting close to landing, because air dodging into the ground is super punishable in Smash 4, unlike Brawl,
Mm-hmm.
because you get like an extra 20 frames of lag by doing it. So as they're falling into the ground, I'll use it, and if they air dodge and for whatever reason it doesn't connect, but normally they land in the middle of the air dodge and they're completely vulnerable. Like, it's a solid option.
I would really like to give the explanation on Shulk to Connor or Gibson.
The Monados are just really solid.
He's got stupid range. The Monados are stupid, except for speed, which is poop. We don't talk about speed.
He's able to. He's a very reactionary player, whether you want to rack up damage, execute people, or just stay, I don't know, stay alive.
Or if you just
with
want to hit
shield
down B,
Monado.
go make a cup of coffee, come back, and you'll still be ready to counter them.
It's like the freest counter in the game.
It lasts forever, man.
It does have, I think we've said, it has probably the most starting lag of any counter that we've seen. But
You can pretty much act out of it as soon as it's done.
mm-hmm. And that's really neat.
Only thing that I don't like about Shulk is his smashes kind of come out slow, but they have
hit
stupid
like a
range.
truck, man.
They hit really hard and they hit everything. So it's alright if it takes a second.
And if you don't want to take forever to do a smash, you just do a
Just
tilt.
do a tilt, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Also, his jab's awesome.
Oh yeah, jab is
Like,
really
pop,
good.
pop, slice.
And this is for everybody, but because he has that crazy range, I'd like to point out and of course Diddy gets the buff as well. But the glide tossing we mentioned, if Shulk gets a hold of one of his bananas and combos it into a forward smash, Diddy's most likely dead.
Shulk has one of the longest glide tossing ranges with
Mhm.
his speed Monado as well.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Does Speed Monado take off knockback though? Is it just damage decrease?
I think it's just damage decrease.
So even then, that's still a really solid option.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's pretty good. He's like my secondary right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, who's your main?
Who's my main? Everybody.
So he's your primary and secondary.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I have a pocket everybody.
You have a pocket Diddy?
I mean, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Everybody does.
Disagree.
Alright, but moving on to Peach there. We put Peach so high up. One, due to glide tossing and everything with her turn-ups, which is really powerful. But her combo potential is insane. I was showing everyone else a video online of a Peach tutorial, and she gets some really, really nice combo strings going.
Apparently, up B combos from everything.
It really does, though. And it's like a free, like, 10 damage.
It's so frustrating, but it's so free.
I mean, if it's free damage, you might as well take it, right?
Of course. I'm just not that kind of player.
I don't want to just be handed damage. I want to earn this.
Then the glide mechanic really defines her as a character as well.
Definitely.
Being able to, like, ground float fairs and everything, or even just above the ground so that you can dare into their shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really good shield pressure.
I'd say I don't know how she was in Brawl, but I'd say it's still because like I remember Melee like if you're gliding on the ground and you're just like you don't know whether or not or the opponent doesn't know whether or not you're going to approach and everything, it's so scary. It's like I really don't want to deal with this. Can you just put your feet back on the ground? And you're like, no.
Peach was
You're
really
like,
strong
no.
early game too, because she had multiple 0 to death combos on every single character in the game, and I know that's been patched out and everything.
Yeah.
But she's just a solid character. She's not a character that you can just like pick up and suddenly be amazing with.
Yeah.
Not Diddy.
No, no. She needs a lot of time and work, but once you put that work in, she's a solid character.
To be honest, I don't think Diddy is exactly,
A pick up and use character.
but he's probably one of those like
He's one of the easier characters to use.
yeah. If you understand what works for him, then he's better. Like, and I guess that could be said for everybody. But if you just walk up to somebody and hand them the game and it's just like these are the basics, and if you down throw with Diddy, then
Down throw up there.
down throw to almost anything. Who do we have next?
Mario.
It's Mario. Mario, from the beginning, when we first got the demo for Smash 4, has just always been really solid.
Yeah.
Combo game, it was shown off with him by Zero, and he was just like, true combos exist in Smash 4. And we were like, oh, that doesn't have any SDI on it. It's just a computer. But even now, it's still really scary because
Yeah.
he can take you from like 0 to was it like
40 easy.
40, and if maybe not even luck, but if you get the extra hits, it's like 0 to 60, and it's like, wow, I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah, those down throw up tilt combos into up airs and everything. You can finish it with an up B and everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's solid. He's just a really good character, and he still has the gimps with Flood and the cape and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
it's
just-
really nice.
It's a really good like. We say that all these characters are like solid, but and it's just like some of the characters later on in the list have good kits, but
They
aren't
just don't stand up next to the rest of the cast.
Yeah,
Exactly.
their options aren't as good.
yeah. And Mario's options are
You can look at our tier list, and you can see how many of the cast members we've packed into B tier.
Yeah, it's
I
quite a
know
lot of B tier people.
I mean, the
But-
way that I look at that is really, really good balancing
Yeah.
and everything, that there are so many characters that aren't bad.
I,
mean,
would have to agree with that.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But it's just fun stuff. And that takes us down to B tier instead of B plus, where we're starting out with Donkey Kong. And you can go online and watch Will's matches.
TK
Will is a solid Donkey Kong. He's been playing Donkey Kong forever. But he's taken sets off of like Mewtwo King, who was playing Diddy at the time. Like, he's just a really, really solid character in this game. He definitely takes some getting used to, being a heavy.
Yeah.
But he has so much shield pressure with his down B on the ground. Like 4 hits will break a shield. Then his side B can break shields in one go if you sweet spot it. His up B has super armor on the ground and invincibility in the air. And
It's so many like it.
his 2 spikes. His bear can just wall you out. It's pretty safe on shield too.
Yeah, bear walling is actually very, very safe with him.
And that's just, it's really nice. He has good options. And so much spacing. And then the giant punch adds so much pressure. And another out of shield option and everything.
And that's another shield pressure option as well, like you
Yep.
said.
Absolutely. He's just a really, really solid character. His dash attack really isn't all that much. And his get up attack has been nerfed. I don't know if you guys remembered in Brawl, but before 100, he would like shoot 3 character lengths up from the ledge with his get up attack.
Oh,
And his
okay.
entire body was a hitbox because he'd basically get up and throw his back at the opponent. And it was something you had to respect. Up until 100% when it got that slow get up attack,
Yeah.
like you had to respect Donkey Kong's get up.
That sounds like something I don't want to deal with.
But
I was a little confused at first. I thought you were talking about on stage get up, not on ledge.
oh, on ledge get up, excuse me. But yeah, he's just a really solid character in this game. You know, up B just trumps so much with that super armor. It's just really nice.
And up B super armor. Just like, I didn't even think about it until we started talking about it tonight, and it's like, great, thanks.
I mean, if you have a character like Fox, Mario, Link, with their nairs, you can kind of trade hits with him. But
Is it true super armor, or is it
It is super armor, yes.
then?
I think on the
Does the
I
trade
think
actually?
it's more on the startup
Okay,
and towards like the beginning frames of it.
all right.
okay,
That's
But he does have super armor in it, which is really, really nice.
yeah. That's less than like. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like bad, but it's better than what I want in an up B. And I can't even say that like with a straight face because it's just so good, and like it's like super armor on my up B on my recovery, and it doesn't really go that high. Sometimes
No,
that's what you need.
more horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, if customs are allowed, I think he could skyrocket up the tiers and everything. Because if you look at some of the earlier matches where they're using the custom that has like a win box around it that pulls opponents in, it's like, was it Meta Knight's Tornado from Brawl? Where
Right.
it's just super strong and racks up free damage out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's it's really 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 hard to just do anything about it.
But yeah, so that's Donkey Kong.
Dark Pit's good the same way Pit is. He just doesn't have the arrow mobility.
And he's a slower character.
Yeah.
Did
Uh,
we say that he was? I think I said that earlier, and I was pretty sure that wasn't on the list.
What? Him being a slower character?
Yeah.
Yes, he is slower.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was on the list.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, we've kind of already talked about Pitt's options and everything.
hmm
And for the most part, he follows the same thing.
Pretty similar pattern. Just not able to gimp people as easily, or really just
Yes.
chase them down.
He has to put himself out there.
Which is dangerous.
Yeah. Villager is kind of it's kind of a curveball because he's really hard to figure out because everyone feels like he should play spammy. It's the same way I feel about Duck Hunt. We'll get there when we get there. But you can play spammy with him, or you can pretty much go like a mix of that and like aggro. It's really really hard to explain for me. It's like his in-airs are instantaneous, and it has like it's like 5. I don't want to say it's like different hitboxes. It's probably just his entire body, but it acts differently because like all of his limbs are extended.
Yeah, he's doing a cartwheel in the air.
Yeah. And so if you just wall them out with nairs and it doesn't do much damage really.
But the knockback is rather neat, and because his recovery options are so strong, you can really carry people out to the edges of the screen.
Yeah. And then fair, it's not much distance, but it's definitely pokey. You just
Yeah. The same
small
with his
hits.
bear. Bear does more knockback and damage as well.
yeah. Really
And then
just wall
his
people out with
turnips,
that.
his up air and dare are really solid and have extended hitboxes.
hmm
So even if you don't sweet spot them, you know, you can still hit and juggle people.
Yeah. It's very very it's not, I wouldn't say safe, but it's definitely
strong.
Yes.
What about Bowser Jr.?
Bowser Jr. is pretty good.
I don't think we mentioned this to them, but Bowser Jr. has this mechanic with his clown car. If you're hitting the car itself, the bottom like 3/4 of his hitbox, he only takes 88% of the damage from a
Really?
move. There's a 0.88 multiplier on the damage, and if you hit him like his actual body, he takes like 1.15 times the damage, so a 15% boost to all the damage he would take, which is pretty crazy. And he's also the third heaviest character in the game due to the clown car. So that's
It's
some pretty crazy mechanics on him.
Does that whole thing change the knockback?
I don't remember if it changes the knockback or
I
just the
don't, I
damage.
don't think we saw that. I
I
know.
mean, but
I knew
he's
we
already
knew
a
that
heavy
about.
character, so he's not going to be taking a whole lot of knockback anyways.
Right, but that could help him if the car maybe take even less knockback
Yeah,
just from hitting it instead of him.
that's the way like I feel about the damage, because it's just like I feel that way like I felt about Marth's like Tipper. It's like you can control where you get hit and then you take less damage. I mean, it's really hard to think about all at once, to be honest. But yeah, it's a really cool mechanic.
A giant part of his hitbox.
It
the
is.
Car.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 66%
Somewhere around
car
there.
and then 33% him.
But then after he up Bs, it's just all him.
That's true. Pretty vulnerable. Even though he can still use aerials.
And then he just has a lot of mobility with that side B. And everything, you jump out of it or hit out of it. And he has that option with the Koopa mech, or the Mecha Koopa, or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That really just adds a lot of pressure on the ground and everything. And he can pick it up and glide toss with it. Glide toss is just powerful.
I don't know how far his glide toss is, but I'm sure it's probably more powerful than not.
I mean,
Like,
it's an extra option to have.
yeah, exactly, and it's for everyone. Even if you don't have like a super far glide toss, I think you should learn it.
Oh, absolutely. And then he just has really good spacing options with his fair and bear and everything. He's a fun character with his mobility.
Yeah.
I hope they patch that glitch with him. I don't remember how it's caused.
It's if you're stage spiked, if you die right out, it's not even you have to be stage spiked. If you just die right after he up Bs, then it causes it.
You die after you up B.
So like immediately after, if I come down and kill him, and he can't respawn his clown car, I guess that's important
What if
too.
he just botches the recovery?
I thought it was.
Well, I think there has to be like a rather short time frame between using the up B and dying.
I think I remember reading it now. I thought it was after his up B, if he dies when his clown car is respawning.
It might be something like
I
that.
don't
It's
know.
something similar, but
I wonder if you could abuse that by jumping off the left and dying on the left side of the stage and just timing your up B.
I don't know why you would want to do that.
yeah. See, here's the thing about it. I don't know whether or not it's good, but I fought like a level 9 CPU with it, and it didn't look like it was working out too much for him. Because
It's
like
not
yes,
good. It's too erratic.
yeah, exactly. Because there's like not much control over it, and it just teleports you places. There were 3 times when I was fighting him where he would just be off of the side of the map.
Yeah,
Just
it
from
was teleporting
teleporting.
on the left side of the area, not even on the stage.
Yeah,
Just
it's not even on
falling.
stage. He'll just be falling, and then he has to jump and grab ledge, and I'm like, okay. I guess that worked. I couldn't hit you, but you almost died.
But he's still just a solid character. And then we have Pikachu, and Pikachu is still solid in this game. Would be better
If
was Quack. Quick attack canceling was still in the game. You can quick attack ledge cancel or edge cancel, whichever you want to call it,
Quack.
which you just have to do off like the edge or ledge of a platform or a stage, and you can cancel it into any arrow you want to. But in the past, like in Brawl, you could cancel it on stage into like a Nair or something, which just gave him a lot of options. and made him a lot more mobile and put a lot more pressure on the opponents.
He has less of that in this game, and that's why he's a little bit lower than he probably would be if he had it.
He can still be a solid character.
Oh, of
but,
course.
It definitely hurts his game.
Mm-hmm. And then they kind of nerfed Thunder, but can't really kill up anymore. It's more of like, am I gonna get that cloud spike?
Yo, Esam gets that cloud spike though. I've seen him
It's
go
so consistent
like,
too.
just run off the stage and like go down like he's about to die and spike someone with the cloud and then up B back to stage.
Yeah,
And it's ridiculous.
it's something that I, as a player, would not be comfortable with trying.
No, it's scary stuff, man.
pretty
That's
risky.
that's going deep.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it's. It works. I don't know if I like it. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. And then there's Marth, and I think Connor should
You
take
wanna
this
handle
one.
Marth?
I mean, Mark's double S tier. I don't know why you put him in B. I mean,
Connor.
you missed
Why
out
we
double
put him
S.
in B?
Connor, we put him in B.
He's double S.
I think you need to go back to kindergarten.
I think
Can you read?
need to shut up and play Melee.
You want to play melee? We'll play melee tonight.
I don't want to play Melee.
Perfect pivoting definitely helps him.
Perfect pivoting's awesome. Gibson's like, oh, get it. Oh, get it. It's awesome.
It definitely helps pretty much everybody, and it definitely helps Marth's game.
Spacing though.
Spacing's starting to be even more than.
Marth
More
is
than-
all about spacing.
It helps you reposition for them sweet tippers.
It was like when we found it out, it was like, do I just do this? And then you did it, and we just couldn't figure it out. And it just like, I know you don't get it, Gibson,
I'm good.
but when he played you, it was like every single perfect pivot was just like a tipper forward smash, and it was like,
It's beautiful.
how?
Now I can only go left. I can't go right.
Can't perfect pivot right. Play me on the right side
My
of the
thumb
map.
doesn't go that way.
Or on the
But,
left side of the map.
Martha's good.
He got nerfed a little bit.
He got really
he can't
nerfed.
double fair from a short hop anymore,
No.
which kind of sucks.
No double no double fair out of short hop. No extremely. I'm gonna grab you from.
Oh, his grab range got nerfed.
Yeah, his grab range is super nerfed.
If you want to play like Marth did in Melee, you just play Shulk. Because
I
Just-
don't think that's quite the same.
It's just minus
it's not
tipper.
exactly the same. You got monster range though.
Although,
That's what a lot of people miss out. That's what I miss out of Marth.
for some reason, Marth's up smash has monster range.
Oh
Dude,
my god,
Marth's up. You can like hit him with your cape and nail him. It's
Um,
amazing.
dude! Like, it's ridiculous.
But yeah,
Although,
Martha is best character, you know.
I don't know how well known it is, but Marth also has transcending priority on his up smash. with
Does
his-
he?
Yeah, but it's only the tip of his sword and his feet hitboxes.
I didn't know that.
That's what we were talking about just now, like the insane range. We found it out. They were just playing after they found out perfect pivoting or whatever, and it was like, okay, they did it. Or Connor went in for an up smash, like dash up smash, and Gibson looked like he was nowhere near him. It was probably like a foot or two to the left of him, and it hit him up and right, and it was like, what
It was awesome.
happened? So it's.
Wait, and that means that has transcending priority?
Well,
I don't
no,
know if
it's-
that's what it
it's not
means. I
necessarily
didn't-
the range.
Yeah.
no,
just
no. Transcending means that it doesn't clank or clash.
Yes, that's what I read.
Yeah,
I didn't say that. But.
because that's what Meta Knight had on his aerials and everything. That's why he was really, really strong in Brawl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes it really safe if someone's falling towards stage and you want to just up smash them and they can't contest it.
Yeah. They gotta like spot dodge into the ground, which gives them that extra lag. That's dangerous. I didn't realize he had that.
In conclusion, Marth is the best.
It's not double S2.
I think he is.
I don't think so.
On to
Maybe-
Wario.
Maybe
So-
triple S.
Wario's a really, really solid character.
Real talk,
Oh my gosh.
if vectoring was still in the game,
Vectoring, you mean?
I think Wario would probably be. I think Wario would probably be my number 5.
Whacker.
He's He's solid. His air game is so good. He has that command grab with his chomp.
That's the worst command. I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much.
But I don't know. He can also eat projectiles and heal off of them.
And it's not even a lot, but it's just like, it gets rid of them.
Yeah, he can eat his bike and heal off of it.
And him biting things also charges up his waft.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine like you're Pac-Man or right? You pull out the key and you're like, oh baby, I'm gonna nail him good. And Wario just like right here, right in the mouth. And it's like you are the worst character. I hate you.
I was playing a Wario Reflex, the Reflex Wonder, who's an incredible Smash player, at a tournament. That was,
Rebirth?
yeah, I know it was Rebirth. That was a couple months ago, was it?
Maybe.
It was-
That was,
It was
that
at
was
the
the
release
week
of
after.
3DS,
Yeah,
so-
that was the week after the 3DS version came out, and I was playing Pac-Man, and he did that. He ate my key, and healed off of it, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this did not just happen."
What do I do about this?
He's just a solid character. But you know, that waft has so much power to it. Oh my gosh. That's another way Reflex really got me. Just getting that first stock off me, even if we were like dead even on that second stock. Having me about like 30% and killing me off the side with the waft.
Yeah.
It just makes him dangerous to approach.
It really does. Like if you do something unsafe, you're getting killed.
And to be honest, even if the player that was playing Wario was to whiff the attack, it's like the hitbox on it is still really big, and it's like really difficult or even unsafe to try to approach him at all.
I get it. Whiff
Like waft.
no, like whiff, like you smell it.
You get a whiff
You
of
get a
it.
little whiff.
So Pac-Man.
I'm sorry, Matthew. I didn't mean to make you jump off the Wario train.
No, I wasn't ever on the Wario train. Also, it's called a bike.
That's true. That's true. This isn't Toon Link we're talking about.
On to Pac-Man and B- here.
This is your park. This is your
I've
ballpark.
spent a lot of time with Pac-Man.
I get it, because Pac-Man's a ball.
Just keep talking.
So,
Just keep talking.
Pac-Man has a lot of spacing options and traps that he can kind of set up with his down B hydrant. Are you two okay? Do you need a moment? You're laughing way too hard at this.
I mean,
Because
I'm
Pac-Man's
okay.
a ball.
But yeah,
it was a
between
really good joke.
the hydrant and the up B trap that you can set on stage or near the edge.
I was gonna say that was
One thing that I practiced doing for a while with a custom up B was there's this one in the red trampoline
the worst.
actually
custom.
spikes instead.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I would do it
medium trampoline.
immediately by the edge so that if they went to grab the ledge, they would just plummet instead. And it created that extra kind of space there. And it was really, really powerful.
Yeah, that strategy of like the up B on stage. I saw a Pac-Man use that at Rebirth, and it actually did. I wasn't expecting it to mess me up. I was just like, you really think I'm not gonna see that you upbeat on stage? I'm not just gonna step on it, and then I do.
It's like, oh, wait.
I don't like using it that way, just like out of the blue. I like using it as, hey, I'm in a situation I don't want to be in, because your up B actually hits through shields and air
That's
dodges and
weird.
stuff. Because if you're on the ground, it forces a jump. And
Oh, you're right,
And
you're
you're
right.
a hitbox while you're going up. So all you have to do is, if you're in a situation next to your opponent that you don't like, up B and DI
Get out of
away, and suddenly you just hit them through a shield or something when they're about to grab you. It's just a really, really solid option. And then they have to approach over it. But another thing is his fruits. His fruits give him so much game.
So much variety.
Because you can like recatch them after they hit something, or some of them are easier to catch, like the bell lands in front of you. So you can just dash grab that. And
How do you think glide tossing with the fruit would be?
he doesn't have a huge glide toss, but one thing about Pac-Man is that after he picks up his fruit after using it, if he tosses it again, he can't catch it.
Oh, okay.
It will not allow him to. Instead, what I do is I Z-drop. So if I get like my key, which you can actually jump off the stage, throw the key into the stage, and catch it in the air, and then it retains all of the damage and knockback of the normal throw and everything, but you can drop it and it can bounce like Samus's armor piece from Brawl,
Oh.
which makes it really, really powerful. And you can do that with a lot of them, and you can break your hydrant immediately, or what I do, I'll like approach and drop it and bear them into the bouncing fruit or whatever, and then pick it up and chase them off stage. It just sets up a lot of combos and a lot of pressure.
Imagine how disgusting Zero Suit would be if she still came spawned with armor pieces.
my gosh.
Marth may not be double S tier, but can you say hello, Zero Suit Samus? That's ZSS. It's double S.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
That's what she.
ZSS too.
I get it.
I get it.
Do you get Robin?
I like Robin.
Robin
I
is.
put Robin in A when we made our own. I was like, Robin's real good, man. Apparently, we didn't think so, but that's fine because he's
Yeah.
undermarked.
Nairo plays a mean Robin though.
Yeah.
I remember a couple sets, Nairo started using that command grab while he was like falling to the ground. Instead of like air dodging into the ground, he'd command grab. And that's a free like heal right there. That's awesome.
I was super confused. I was like, which one of his moves is
His
coming?
down B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the hardest command grab
No
ever.
crossing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you whiff it, like, oh.
You
it's
better
done.
hope.
You better hope they're dumb.
You better hope that it was either a button misinput, because like you better hope that they're like halfway across the stage from you.
Yeah. And even then, why were you going for it?
That's what I'm saying. Like you just like were that bad and like missed it, and you're like, oh, you're over there.
Something else that really helps Robin out, his tomes and his sword can break, and he can catch them and
Glide toss them.
with them.
Does he have a good glide toss? I don't know.
mean, it's a decent glide toss.
Do those work like Pac-Man fruit though, where you can just throw them once and then you're done?
They do disappear really quick.
I can just imagine nailed somebody with 11 sword toss.
But
It hurt a lot.
they have a lot of knockback on them. The
Yeah.
books and the 11 sword, they're strong. But yeah. But moving on from Robin with all of their projectile options is Ike, who is
Surprisingly high.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Okay.
surprising to you, but
All right. So, like we said with Mega Man, how we said look up a Zuko match if you haven't already. Look up Rio Losers Final versus Sonic.
yeah.
Fantastic set.
Oh my gosh, he's so good.
Yeah,
he really understands how to use Ike.
yeah, and I'd say because it's just like it's always like, of course, the player is what determines how good the character is as well. Like it's a very circular situation. If the character is not good, then how can the player like
There's only so much you can do.
exactly? You can bring out the best in them, but sometimes it's just not enough. But Ike is you really want to play aerial game. You want to play tilts. Smashes, I guess, like for killing, but like you can kill with bear. right?
Yeah. Yes. Pretty early. He has really, really good options with tilts and his aerials and everything. His Nair covers so much. It's just like Shulk's, where it just has a whole bunch of range. It's really, really nice. And then you can use the smashes for like big punishes, and they are big punishes. Like that's pretty much a kill.
Yeah. I think he's still, despite what some might have you believe. I don't think he's because at first when I first saw him in the game, he just felt like he was just copy and pasted from Brawl, but it's not the case. He's a little bit faster. He definitely has more damage. I wouldn't say he's like top. Of course he's not.
he's got more mass. That's important.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is important. Yeah, I just think he's pretty solid.
That seems to be the word of the day.
Pretty solid.
Solid.
Except we don't have Solid Snake anymore.
Snake confirmed.
This is the worst game ever, by the way, because it got rid of Solid Snake.
Moving on to Link there. Link has a lot of options, and he definitely got a buff with his bombs, because he can use them as an out-of-shield option now. Because when you hit your opponent with a bomb, it doesn't deal damage to you. Only if you hit the opponent directly, though. I mean, if you hit the ground with the bomb, it can still hurt you. But it just gives him another option there. And with his Zaire, getting an extra distance and can actually multi-hit on some opponents depending on their height. He has so many projectiles and options, and he has a really, really nice nair. So,
It's the sex kick.
yeah.
And I think Toon Link might be a better matchup like against others because I feel like he has more aerial options, but he's Link's still pretty like good on ground, and it's I don't think it fits his playstyle, but because you have more range with your projectiles and you do more damage with your projectiles, you rack up damage faster. So even if you have a little bit of difficulty getting the kill, you'll definitely get the damage faster, and it'll put you in a better situation to get the kill.
Most definitely. And then moving on, we're hitting Lucina.
Worst character in the game.
Connor.
I mean, she's a clone of the best character in the game.
So she might not be double S, but
Not
maybe
double
just
S.
S.
Just S, obviously.
As you can see here on our tier list.
She can't tip, but I mean,
well, she can tip.
she's
but
she's wearing a tiara though, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, even without Marth's tipper, the whole moveset is still really solid, and she gets a pretty nice shield breaker.
I think it really does hurt her game because we're making all these characters. Even the further down we go, we still say they're kind of solid. I think realistically, it's just when I see Marth without the tipper and without the reward for spacing properly, it just it doesn't feel mindless, but it doesn't feel necessary because she was just supposed to be an alt costume.
I'll be the first one to tell you, I would never be like, yeah, I'd play Lucina instead of Marth this time, unless I was just dicking around. But I mean, I would much rather have had a different Fire Emblem character or another character altogether instead of Lucina.
I just think I'd be fine with Lucina. I think they could have given her something at least a little bit different, it's like moves, but you could have given her like, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but tippering kind of is a gimmick. I don't know.
It's a strategy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I'd still say it's a gimmick.
Gibson, the strategy.
like I would have just
I
given
don't
her
know if I
something
would call
else.
it like a gimmick. It's more of a mechanic.
Because like,
yeah, but I mean, it is.
I would call
it
like
is
Luigi's
mechanic.
up B.
Well,
kind
no,
of like a
Luigi's
gimmick,
up B, his
or his
gameplay.
taunt.
Whoa, his up B or his taunt don't. They aren't the center of his gameplay.
right.
I mean,
You
maybe
can't-
not,
so
maybe,
it's a
maybe,
gimmick.
maybe not your gameplay.
But with Marth, the center of his gameplay is his spacing and getting the tipper sword.
I guess that's true.
So it's more of a mechanic with him.
But see, this is a completely different. We'll drop this right now. It's versus like, what's a gimmick? What's a mechanic? Are they the same thing? Anyway, it's just like I can't see, like, and she's still pretty high because she's Marth without tipper. But obviously, go with Marth.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Just be good.
There's one reason why you wouldn't.
Why?
Because she's a waifu.
I mean, that's the best reason.
I mean, but like honestly though, like Marth still is not like killed. He can't get killed like super early, but it's like they're both kind of like, I don't want to say squishy because this isn't like MOBA. It's I don't know.
You think she's really light and dies too early?
Yeah, so like what would be the benefit of spacing properly if not to get more damage? If you space properly
Can I
with
get
her,
hit?
like yeah, you don't get hit, but
Yeah,
it's
with,
just like
with
it,
Marth having the proper spacing, you hit harder and you're less likely to get hit.
right. It's just it feels like to me they changed some characters and didn't really think about how it would change the way they play. Because they
honestly-
buffed her with the damage output, and she gets more knockback, but I don't think it's enough compensation.
Even without tip, I feel like the game, like the way you would play Lucina, is still the same you'd play Marth. You'd still go for the same hits. You might try to get a little closer, that way you can follow through with your hits, rather than trying to get the one tip and kill with it. But I feel like the playstyles are largely the same.
I just gotta wonder why they were like, Marth's pretty good. Let's just take out what makes him good. Just copy paste him though. Except for that one part, be a good character. If people want this, it's like no, we didn't really want this.
I'm pretty sure it was just to make the roster look a little bit bigger.
I think people wanted Crom.
Lucina was the character I didn't know I wanted until I played 4.
See, and they know people wanted Crom too. They made that so obvious in the
They did.
trailer.
Right.
Release
Final
trailer, Palutena's guidance. It's like Crom can't be in the game because that would just be a carbon copy. No one wants that of like a carbon
Right.
copy of Ike. It's like,
It's like,
all right.
I don't know. I don't know who I'd rather have a carbon copy of, Marth or Ike. Like, that's actually something I've thought about. Like, I don't know who I'd rather have twice.
Answer: nobody.
Mario.
Alright, but moving on from Lucina, we're gonna get to Samus, who is a pretty good character. She's been nerfed since Brawl, has a little more lag on her moves and everything. Is definitely more of an aerial character. As far as kill options, I'd say her neutral B, that charge shot, is really what she's looking for. I don't know. She feels a lot laggier in this game to me.
She is.
I feel like her gameplay. You said the neutral B, but I feel like it's really getting people close to the top and killing them off the top with up air, or getting them off the side of the stage and going for the dare spike. Because her other options just I don't think come out fast enough.
Dare Spike is pretty unsafe. And up air would be great if the knockback was larger. So like on a smaller stage, like if you took someone to Halberd and you played as Samus, that'd be a perfect option. I agree. But it's like it doesn't. It's like I said. I don't think that the playstyle is like supported. So if you just went for up air all the time, I don't know what it kills at, but I know it's not early.
Her like bread and butter combo is down throw to either fair or up air.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I was practicing with her the other day, I would go down throw to up air, to another up air, to up B, and it deals a solid 40 damage. And that's just from like 0%, which is really, really cool. It doesn't kill, of course, immediately from there, but I think it could kill at higher percents.
Did you try that on multiple characters, or was that just a select character?
I don't remember.
Okay, because I feel like that would be very different among whether it was heavy or light.
Although
characters.
you mentioned picking Halberd, and I do think stage picking to suit your character is part of that. If Samus was good on every single map, I'm sure she'd be higher in the tier list, but other
Yeah.
characters just perform better than she does.
Right.
But she still has that nice Zair and everything.
That's
her
true.
spacing options, her side B. You can either send that smash missile out or a homing missile. Just she has a lot of pressure options.
When you said Zaire, you mean her neutral air, right?
No.
No.
Zaire is when you do
A tether grab in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it sends out your grab, but it just deals damage and knockback. Not a whole lot, but it's just a
Yeah.
good spacing tool.
I don't see very many players throw that out as anyone with a tether grab, really.
You see it with Zero Suit Samus play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've seen a couple people use it there. I know it's good in Link's play and everything too. Who else has theirs?
Does Olimar still have his?
No.
No.
Wait,
No.
what?
Walmart doesn't have Zaire.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. I don't think he had one in the previous game.
He never had one.
What?
He's
No.
never had one.
He's never had a.
Zaire.
Oh, maybe it was just one of his specials that he was able to grab.
His
His
up B was a-
in Brawl, yes.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking.
But you couldn't use it on
Toon
the
Link
stage.
has a Zaire.
Let's see.
Um,
On the list, Zero Suit. I'm having
They're
trouble
not
finding one
common.
after that. They're really not. Zero
Link,
Suit,
Samus, Toon
Link,
Link.
Samus, Toon Link.
Does
I don't think anyone
Yoshi?
else does. No.
No.
Yeah, no one else does.
Yeah.
It's those
Pretty
four.
much.
It's pretty uncommon, but it's a good tool to use.
It's pretty good spacing.
Good spacing. Get some pressure and everything.
Okay. What about Lil Mac, the pub stomper?
Oh my god. Okay. Little Mac, terrible recovery. Get that out of the way, of course. But he hits like a truck. And I know KO Punch, obviously, you don't get it like on the spot. But I feel like you get it early enough. And that's why he's kind of in the middle, rather than towards the bottom of the tier list. Because even though his recovery is poop and he has no air game at all, He can kill it like 30.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Nair is awesome.
Oh, those Nair games.
Nargimp.
I saw a comment the other day. It was like up tilt into like 3 or 4 Nairs and then an up special.
You have
and
to
it
see
killed
that.
Off the top.
You have to see that. Me and Dan both saw that as well. My brother Dan. Okay. It was a vine, and it's exactly what Connor just said. It was down tilt, 3 nairs into up B on DK, and it killed.
That's ridiculous.
And like
That's
that,
not okay.
it was like had to be perfect play.
And you can glide toss a banana, Diddy's banana, into KO punch now too.
Hmm
That's a
Which is-
very specific
It's
matchup,
very
okay?
specific.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean,
Diddy.
It is
It's
there.
not-
90% of game.
it's like,
Most picked character.
and moving on, we'll get to Duck Hunt Dog with all of his options and everything. Matthew, you want to take that?
All right, so Duck Hunt is similar to Villager in the way that you really want to wall people out with your projectiles, but if you see an opening where you can't, if they just like make a really dumb option, you can approach, and it's actually kind of safe. I wouldn't use dash attack. Maybe short hop into fair, short hop into bear. Those are really good options. Nair is also pretty good. Again, similar to Villager, just does a cartwheel in the air. And projectiles on him are actually very solid. It's just people used to think you could just camp with him and it would be okay. Like you could kill with can, and that's really not a good option. Don't try to do that. Side B is very good for keeping people away, maybe poking people, mix up opportunities, annoy them. But as far as matchups go, I think that's probably why he's so low. I think just there are so many other characters that can outclass him, even though his projectiles are very good.
Yeah. I mean, it's really nice that his smash attacks have such range on them, but I don't know, he just kind of feels a little clunkier to me than other characters.
And I think that I think it's good that you just mentioned that, because that probably is what makes him feel clunky to me. Because when I use him in air game and I use his tilts, I use all of his specials, but when I go for kills and try to like do smash attacks, because honestly, if bear was more of a kill move, I'd use it way more. But it's really, I have to rely on smashes, and that's not safe because they're honestly pretty laggy, and even though they increase range as you charge them, it's just very unsafe.
I don't know. Up smashing out of shield probably would be safe with him.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
But there's only so much that'll get you.
I understand it's not what the tier list is based off of. Can you imagine Dakising as Duck
Oh
Hunt?
my gosh, that would be disgusting.
It'd be amazing.
That would be so bad.
I think you're mispronouncing good.
Out, though.
We actually,
moving on to Toon Link there.
yeah, we need to. I know we have actually a lot of characters left, but we should.
We started late.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Toon Link's kind of far away from Link.
Toon Link has some really good aerial options and everything. Has really good mobility, but deals less damage than regular Link, and less knockback. So it kind of just
Yeah.
sends him down a bit. His Zaire doesn't have as much range.
It's just like an overall knockback kind of thing, because it's like fair and bear are like better, but those are only 2 options. And like, even though I feel like that fits the playstyle more, it's just like, yeah, he can get the KO like better with the playstyle. It's just like the kit still suits Link more because he racks the damage faster.
And Link is heavier too,
Yeah.
which allows him to live a little longer if they start getting beat up on,
Hmm
which I think contributes a lot to it. Do we have anything else on Toon Link?
No, sounds right.
Okay. Moving on to Bowser, I think he is the heaviest character. I'm pretty sure,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is.
and he hits like a freaking truck.
It's terrible.
Dragon turtles, man, dragon turtles.
It's terrifying. Is it Bowser Bomber? That's like, is that what it's called? Is that the one?
Bowser
Break
Bomb,
shields.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shield
If you get it
Breaker.
right, yeah, and don't shield that. Just get hit.
Either
Just get hit.
A, get hit, B, don't get hit, C, do not shield.
Really though, it's the same thing against like Donkey Kong's side special. Unless you like perfect shield this stuff, don't shield it.
Don't do it.
Like it's not gonna work out. But he just has so much end lag on his moves, and a lot of them have a good amount of starting lag too. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just that's what really holds him back. All of the end lag. If he could keep moving and flow between moves despite the startup lag, I feel like he'd be a lot better.
I agree.
But, I mean, once you do get that hit, though, like one hit from him is like 4 hits from another character. It's ridiculous how much damage he deals and how early he can kill.
Forward smash though.
Drop kick.
Drop kick.
Drop kick.
It's pretty good.
Moving on to Meta Knight there.
Nerf
Oh, Madden.
City.
Definitely
It's like the
not
ultimate
what he-
nerf.
oh my
Nerf
God.
City.
Not what he used to be.
It's like even when we got 1.0.4 on the 3DS version and 1.0.1 for the Wii U, it's like it's still not what we wanted because when the game first came out, absolutely terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Zero range, like period. It was like I'll walk up to somebody, I'm gonna hit you with like the tip of my sword,
He was like a boxer with a sword. That's all.
and it's just you couldn't. It doesn't. Nothing suits that. A boxer with a sword is like you can't do it. It's not possible. He needs he needs at least some range.
Because of how close he has to get to rack up damage and go for kills, it definitely holds him back.
I
When you
feel
look
like
at other
they nerfed him way
characters.
too hard. If they took out the transcendent property on his attacks, how it could just not clank and still hit people, I feel like that being out would be a big nerf to him. I think they got his range too much.
Yeah.
And I like what they did with his tornado. That's fine. And I like what they did with his up B.
Oh,
Not
the
having
shuttle
the,
loop.
the glide mechanic anymore on like pit and everything, I think was a good decision.
I like what they did with the up B. I don't like what they did with Tornado. Tornado is. What did they change about it? I know they gave it way more ending lag, and that's the thing I don't like.
I disagree with the amount of ending lag they gave to it, but
yeah.
they didn't make it as powerful as an option as it was in Brawl.
Yeah. I think they like nerfed the
Because,
damage. They nerfed
um,
the pulling in.
And you can see him in it now too.
Yeah.
Because in Brawl the big thing was the only way to hit him out of it, because it also transcended, so it didn't clash with anything. The only way to hit him out of it was to hit his body. And you can see where it is in the tornado now, but back then you couldn't, which made it really, really hard to challenge the tornado, and just made it really, really safe for him, because he can go in, hit your shield, and then go out and not have much lag. And in this one, they definitely were like, hey, we kind of made this guy too powerful.
You have to understand that you're going to get the hit, and that you're not going to be punished.
I mean, I could still see it being used like out of shield or something to rack up some damage, but I don't know, he got hit so hard. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Alright. What about Palutene?
She has a really good kit and everything. Lots of options. However, I don't think all of her options allow her to be a top tier threat or anything. Her smashes have really, really weird hitboxes with the windbox property that they have too.
Right.
Because you can kind of whiff it due to the windbox, pushing them before the hitbox actually comes out. So you have to space that just right. The up smash is really nice and has a lot of range on it as far as vertical range. But if they're not immediately above you, you're going to miss it. And then her jab is really nice because it kind of sucks people back into it, makes it harder to SDI out of, which is just really, really cool. And then her like forward tilt, up tilt, and down tilt are all like multi-hit kind of moves.
Yeah, they have
Same
good
with her
range,
up
but-
air and her neutral air, which gives her an interesting kind of play style. But I don't think her kit, with the amount of knockback that she deals and everything, allows her to combo as effectively as other characters up towards the top.
I definitely agree.
I think that just holds her back a little too much. If we could use her other specials besides just the default, just as a note, all of the characters on here are looked at from their default specials, including the Mii's. So just the 111 and everything. With Palutena not having some of the other ones that give her a bunch of mobility and follow-up potential, it just really holds her back. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay.
But moving on to Greninja.
Greninja.
Greninja was pretty good,
Although,
at the beginning.
I hear he was likened to a bad Shulk. I mean, Sheik.
Yeah, Sheik is pretty much the good way to put him right now.
Yeah, he got nerfed really, really hard.
What was the particular nerf?
He could cancel like ending lag on his aerials with his side B,
Oh, okay.
which is really nice. I think they decreased some of his damage too. But he could also side B out of like taunts and everything. He just had some really good mix up and mind game potential. And they took that out. And then his counter really isn't that good. You can shield it. You hit it and shield and then he'll hit you.
Okay.
So
It's not quite fast enough.
yeah. So I don't know.
I think because of his water mechanics with the charged shuriken and his up B, he has some interesting potential, but right now he just doesn't stand up to his peers.
I don't, unless someone like comes along and really shows us the potential that he has, I don't see him moving up the tier list.
I was telling him the other day, like, how he was like, someone's gonna come along with Wii Fit Trainer and show you guys. I'm like, someone's gonna come along with Greninja. I'm waiting for it.
I would be
Someone's gonna
happy if
be
that
Greninja.
happened. Greninja's a cool character. I like his kit a lot. Really, really fits that water ninja kind of feel to him.
Definitely.
But I really think nerfing his side B, being able to cancel the aerial lag, really hurt him a lot. But it has some really, really interesting properties. If you go on Smashboards to the Greninja forum and everything, there's a couple posts about applications of his side B and like how you can actually cancel it from auto going. Because when you charge it up all the way, it just makes you go and hit. If you jump and input any move at a certain time, you can have your shadow out, and when you let go of your of holding down a B, you'll teleport over, but you can hold it indefinitely. And it's interesting. And if you jump up to a ledge, the shadow will go up to that level with you, like if you're on Battlefield. So it has some interesting mix-up options, but he's definitely going to be a character that requires a lot more practice than, say, Diddy Kong,
Okay.
if that makes sense. And then Kirby should not be this low, because Kirby with freaking Speed Monado is like triple S tier.
Because that's every single matchup. Everyone has Speed Monado. You can always have it. You can always get it. He always has access.
It's true.
It's ridiculous, man. How fast you can be. And with Jump Monado on too, 3 jumps and you're off the top of the screen. Like, it's ridiculous.
Bottom border to top border.
Mm.
Jump Monado? No. No, it's not okay.
It makes him so powerful.
Um,
I think that really shows how powerful, what is it?
His,
Shulk's Neutral B is.
Yes.
His Monado arts.
Yeah.
When they can make a change that great in a character like Kirby,
mhm.
like, those are really, really powerful specials.
But Kirby by himself. So B neutral B is technically command grab. That's cool. Side B got nerfed a lot because it doesn't just come out like
You have to charge it, yeah.
You have to
Much
at least
nicer.
charge it a bit. Down B is still pretty good.
It's kind of dangerous because if your opponent sees it, it's pretty easy to punish.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like spams down B on Kirby, and it's like, don't do that.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
But it's a really good, like, whoa, where did that come from kill option if they're
Mhm.
juggling you and they're like
Right.
committing to that up air and you punish them, it can kill off the top super early.
Okay, so MG Music, Kirby's combo game, no one sees the potential. I don't think it's as good as you make it out to be, but that's just me. So the thing that me and this is my friend Matt on here, that we discuss all the time. He says down air into anything else is very, very safe.
I use Dare because it spikes and everything, and it's a multi-hit move.
Mm-hmm.
I use Dare and make them land behind me
Yeah.
to up tilts, because up tilts hit behind you, and I can lock them into that, which is pretty cool. But like his forward air has a lot of end lag on it, which I don't like.
Yeah. And that's really all I hear from him when we
I
talk
mean-
about combo game for Kirby is down air into other things. But when you look at
It's not reliable because he can be hit out of it super easy.
the landing lag, there was a sheet that I saw on Georgia Smash 4. And so Kirby's landing lag on Dare, the least amount of landing lag in the game is there are 4 characters that have it, and it's on specific moves. Zero Suit has it, I think, on her Nair. It's like 9 frames of landing lag.
I have no idea.
Okay, so 9 frames is the lowest you can get. Kirby's Dare has 17 frames, which is not really safe to combo. So unless your opponent just doesn't do anything, Dare into other things, I guess, is safe. So Dare into up tilt, like you said.
I mean, that's why I say like land, so that you're behind them and they're behind you, kind of thing, so they
Mhm.
can't just grab you out of shield.
Right.
It makes it really safe.
It makes it safer, but it's like,
He still doesn't have that many combo options. I feel like.
I mean, yeah, it's just like,
I've heard some good things about you guys from you guys about Dare, but the only thing that I've heard about Kirby that was at all good is short hop, fast fall, fair, and you can apparently juggle with that. But
excuse me.
I feel like that has a lot of ending lag on that aerial though.
Oh.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know.
Just
I'm
keep
not
talking.
entirely sure. But moving on, let's hit C tier, the middle of C tier now, with Ganondorf, who just hits like a freaking truck.
Hilarious.
Dwarfster.
Oh my gosh.
If you can get a few good reads, you can get really early stocks on most
Dude,
everybody.
It's ridiculous how much damage this guy does in this game. He's so powerful. But he's just like a slow Captain Falcon still. That's all.
I still think it's. Everyone says it's fine because of how much power he has now, but I still think it's very unfortunate that they just kind of copied and pasted again.
I mean, he doesn't have knee.
Well, no. What is his fair?
It's
like
forward
Mario's.
punch.
It's like a Mario punch.
Okay.
But yeah, which is unfortunate that, you know, he's still slow and everything. But I feel like he's a lot better in this game than he was in Brawl, because he was pretty much undisputed worst character in Brawl.
Pretty much.
And we can look at our tier list right here, and he's not at the bottom.
No.
Not quite.
His power really makes up for how slow he is. I really feel like that. But what, you have something up?
No, I mean, it was just like a show off a little bit. It's not. Fair is actually more safe than down air for Kirby,
Okay.
but it's still not great. Like, I mean, if 9 is the least you can get in the game, then 13 is not terrible, I guess, but it's still not safe.
Okay.
IMO.
So Falco.
Falco.
I hear people call him like Wolf, and he just isn't. I
He
don't
is.
get it.
He's definitely not Wolf. That's why we say he's like Wolf. He's way more combat oriented in this game.
Combat oriented?
Like close combat, like melee,
Oh.
not like the game melee.
They hit Falco pretty hard from Brawl and everything, because, you know, he used to be able to double laser and a short hop and everything. He can't do that now. Has landing lag on it too.
Sure.
I forgot what else. There's something else that. Oh, of course, no, chain grabs. They took chain grabs out. He can't chain grab from 0 to 50% across the stage anymore to Dare Spike, which was a really, really good option for him.
Right. And
Uh,
Dare comes out a lot slower in this game than Brawl, right?
Mm-hmm. And the fact that he can't like sit back and camp and rack up some percent and then go in and try to be flashy and everything really hurts his game and has changed his playstyle entirely. And I think the reason why he's so low right now is because people haven't gotten comfortable with that yet, because he's been around since Melee, and people have come up with, this is how you play Falco, and he doesn't play like that anymore,
Right.
and people haven't adjusted to that fact yet.
Yeah, and see, like, even the Falco and, like, excuse me, the Falco from Melee or Project M, it's just like he's campy in those terms, because, like, Melee Falco is kind of campy, like, okay, laser here, run away, be reversal, laser, and it's just like,
There's
yeah,
no rack-
you
the
run
percent.
away, but you can definitely be a lot more aggressive as Falco in those games.
Yeah,
Than
and he'll go
could
straight
be.
from camping like that with the lasers and everything to just going off with the shine and up smashes and
And-
up airs.
And the point that I was trying to make with that, and the reason I say he's like just what Gavin said, it's because the old playstyle, how he's worked since Melee, how he's worked since Brawl, how he works in Project M currently, it doesn't fit. It can't fit because the options just aren't safe anymore.
So people
Okay.
just haven't adjusted to that. But I hope people start figuring him out, new play style and everything. He's a cool character.
Yeah, he's definitely fun to play.
But moving on to Jigglypuff.
Jiggly.
Jiggly definitely got a buff in this game, with rest and everything. It hits harder. It's really
Easier to
nice.
hit.
Yeah,
It-
that's really nice. But just like Brawl, it's easy to shield aerials. Like, and what's really rewarding in this game is empty hops for like that mix up in that mind game.
Right.
But you don't really want to use ground moves with Jigglypuff. You want to be in the air.
Yep.
So empty hops aren't going to work as well.
One of the other things is I don't remember what a normal kill percent was in Brawl, because I didn't play Jiggly in Brawl. I really didn't care about her. Like, kill percent for rest on lightweights is around 36 to 40, and that's really not that good. And I know in Melee it's like kill percent is like 19.
But people die a lot sooner in Melee too.
Right.
Just overall.
Yeah. But my point that I was trying to get at is, like, it may feel really good, but I'm pretty sure that even though the hitbox, like, where you can hit on rest is easier, it's not as good because it doesn't kill as early.
Do you two have anything to say?
I don't like Jigglypuff's like high risk play style. That's why I put her really low and I made my own tier list. I like Jigglypuff is a one trick pony. And the one trick doesn't even work all the time.
I can understand that.
That's why I threw her down low.
Yeah. I generally agree that aerials just aren't that safe in this game because out of shield options are just so strong.
It's so broken.
But yeah, so we can move on to Charizard. Hit that up. Charizard is a really, really strong character. You know,
Yeah.
with the jump canceled rock smash and everything. With his forward smash and his down smash. He's just really, really strong. And he has really good grabs and everything. He's just that blocky kind of hurt box he has, where he's tall, so he can get hit by a lot of stuff, and it can be comboed really, really easily. And I don't feel like his moves are fast enough to really get out of those combos. And then his side B,
Flare Blitz. It was a neat idea.
It really
It's the
was.
most badass move in the game.
if you can
But
hit it,
it's pretty bad.
if they
Yeah.
sealed it, yeah, it's gonna do a bit of shield pressure, but the amount of end lag on a hit
And
is
then-
ridiculous.
and then,
Your
like-
recoils.
I know. When I talked to Gibson about it, he doesn't really think so, but he has he doesn't think so about the character I'm talking about. He has Pichu syndrome, where
Ah.
where if you use flare bullets, it's like, I really feel like if you connect, it does more damage. Is that a real thing, or am I making that up?
If you hit something, yes, it deals more damage to you. You get some
Yeah.
damage just from using it, but if you hit something, you're gonna take more.
Yeah. So
But
that's
it
just
deals
like
an insane amount of damage to anyone that gets hit.
insane damage, insane knockback.
It's crazy.
It's just a really unsafe option.
Yeah.
It's a hard read.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I'm gonna get this.
Like so many of the other things, like don't use it to close distance or whatever. Like how with Pit's upper dash arm, you don't do that. if you know you're gonna be able to connect, go for it, but it's not very safe.
Even using it to recover is unsafe.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Put you in
pressure.
free fall?
No.
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 Oh,
No.
okay. So it's not that bad.
Although you can bump into the stage, and I think
It
it puts you
does.
into like a slight tumble.
It's the same as just hitting anything.
Um,
The only thing is you have less lag on the end of it, because if you do it on stage, you'll hit the ground before your lag's up and have more lag. So it's really unsafe to use on stage. But if you use it in the air and hit the ledge and bounce off, you can up B almost immediately and
yeah.
get to the ledge. I
And
do
plus, Charizard has multiple jumps, right? Although
that. He has 3 jumps.
he's a heavy character, so it's kind of harder for him to take
It
advantage.
kind of feels like
that.
DDD, but he doesn't have as many jumps as DDD.
Can you, like, theoretically, could you Flare Blitz into another Flare Blitz? I don't know why you ever need to, but I'm trying to think of it.
I think the
No.
only way you could is if the first one didn't hit, so you didn't have the lag.
Even then, you still have lag on the end of it, and you slide on the stage.
I see. I was thinking in the air, but like I said, I don't know if you'd
No.
ever need to.
No, you can't. I'm pretty sure you can.
It's just an idea.
I don't know why you would.
Right.
Just put on that
Yeah.
damage on yourself.
To build up your percent to make the enemy into a false sense of security. You're like, oh, I'm so hurt. And
Exactly.
Then you wreck them in the mouth.
No, you see, you do it to build up the rage percent.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Then you forward smash and then knock him off the stage. Yeah, of
Right.
course.
Of course.
What else would you do?
Play Zelda.
I mean,
I don't know.
you know your character's good when your strongest kill option is your up B.
We're talking about tonight.
No, Zelda.
It happened to me earlier tonight when me and Gavin were playing, and I didn't like it.
Zelda's a flashy character, but she doesn't combo that well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really holds her back as opposed to other characters. She deals so much knockback at lower percents that she just does not combo well, and then can't rack up as much damage as quickly, and doesn't have as many kill options, which is really, really unfortunate because she's a lot of fun to play. Especially getting that flashy up B kill.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. You just feel so boss when you hit that. Especially if you like go deep and you're like on stage and you predict where they're gonna be off stage after you hit them off and up B them off stage.
To get the final kill, yeah.
the only thing,
that's
if you
pretty
whiff it,
nice.
you're dead.
Worth.
Pretty much.
I thought so, you know.
Game
But she
Watch.
she just doesn't have the options to combo. But with Game & Watch, he's been nerfed a lot. I know I mained him for a while in Brawl. He definitely has a lot more ending lag on his aerials, especially his back air, which was a great spacing and shield pressure option. But now, if you land with it, it's a free punish, and that's really unfortunate. And then his smashes have less knockback, and his forward smash doesn't have a lingering fire hitbox on the match anymore.
Right.
Like after the initial hitbox, it doesn't hit anymore, which, I mean, it's kind of scary for someone that doesn't know that because they won't go in because they'll be anticipating the lingering hitbox. But once you know it, like after it comes out, just go for the grab, which is really unfortunate. He just doesn't deal as much knockback as he used to. But he can still kill fairly early for especially how light he is. I still like playing him because he's fun and he still can get that 9 hammer, which is actually truly random now in Brawl. You couldn't do a 1 on your first hammer in a match, but whatever previous 2 numbers you had gotten, you couldn't get it again until that cycled out. So if you hit a 9 and a 2, on your next hammer you could not hit a 9 or a 2. And say on that next hammer you hit a 3, the last 2 hammers were a 3 and a 2, so your next hammer can't be a 3 or a 2. And now it's purely random.
Right.
So you have an 11.1 infinite % chance of getting any single number, which is pretty nice.
Matt, you love taunts.
No.
They are the best addition to the game.
Oh my gosh, I love taunting.
No.
It's
I
fantastic.
love it so much, and Matthew hates it when I do it.
Real taunt after ISD. See how the rest of our matches go.
I win.
So,
It's okay.
Olimar.
Oh.
His different colored Pikmin act like a sort of pseudo Monado, but They're like ammo.
Um,
you can just burn through
Not
them.
having 5 Pikmin, I think, really hurt him.
Here's what they did right with Pikmin and Olimar. They gave him a set order. They
Yes.
gave him a better recovery. They gave him more control over his recovery. The more Pikmin you have, the weightier you are. The less Pikmin, the more free your recovery is. What they did wrong with him, added a crap ton of unnecessary ending lag. There's no balance reason for it, I don't feel like. His dare, don't use his dare. Even for Spike, don't use his dare. Fair, it's neat. Back air, don't use it. Nair, don't use it. Up air, it's fine. That's 2 aerials out of like what used to be an amazing kit.
I feel like between Olimar and Meta Knight, I'd be hard pressed to find who was nerfed more.
Meta Knight.
I'd definitely say
I
Meta
feel
Knight.
like Olimar is so bad in this game.
Like, well,
He was really good in Brawl.
I would say
according
Meta Knight was nerfed more and harder.
but
but-
he's still better off.
I think Olimar's suffering more.
I was gonna say, according to our list, Olimar was, yeah, nerfed. No, I was gonna say harder, but actually it was Meta Knight was top to that position. Olimar was second.
He was up there.
Yeah, Olimar was either second or third, and he got no, he was third, and he got nerfed to this position. I don't know.
If he was third. I know he's definitely A tier in Brawl.
Meta Knight, Ices, Olimar, Diddy,
Was it?
Marth.
In Brawl.
Marth. Marth was fifth.
What about Snake?
Snake. I don't know. The most recent one, I was pretty sure. Anyway, let's keep continuing. Olimar was my main in Brawl. I liked
Lucas
him.
was your main
Lucas
in Brawl.
was your main.
He was one of my mains.
I have many mains.
I have mini mains. Lucas
Alright,
was my
moving on to
main.
DDD.
Yeah, there you go.
D3. I like what they did with his side special. How it's a Gordo all the time and how it bounces and everything. I hate that it can be knocked back into him so much.
He's got the best down tilt though. Except for maybe Wii Fit Trainer.
Wii Fit Trainer has pretty good down tilt. But this is a character I felt really bad for putting this low. I just feel like he's such a good heavy character, but his
he has
moves
so much end lag and starting lag.
Yeah, he has pretty good lag.
Not good. Bad. Bad.
I mean,
Lag not good.
It's also it's very. I feel like he has decent combo game, but it's hard to like.
to start.
Yeah.
You have to be really, really patient and be able to read your opponent really well with D3.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. And yeah, he hits really hard and everything, but I think it's a lot harder to get those hits simply because of how much startup lag he has on his moves.
Okay.
Me brawler.
Sucks.
I like me Brawler.
Me gunner.
Sucks.
Me swords.
The Mii's just like aren't good. They have tons of end lag on all of their moves, but they hit, and a lot of their moves are actually like stolen from other characters.
Yeah.
But they hit like trucks.
I feel like
Swordsman's probably got moves that aren't really stolen. Like who'd they steal the win from? It's not Gale Boomerang.
It's
That's an
not.
item.
Is
They have a sword that you can.
I guess that's Ore Club.
oh yeah, it is Ore
Totally
Club.
grab at Ore Club.
I did too.
My bad.
Yeah.
I retract my statement.
The wind acts a little differently though. It doesn't push as much and deals more damage.
Real quick, I feel like since we're at the end of the list now,
Are we
probably.
just skipping Wii Fit
No,
Trainer?
no, we're not. We're
We'll
not.
get
We're not.
into
We're not.
UFC.
We're not.
You can rant.
I just kind of said the me's at the same time, because I felt kind of the same about all of them.
I mean, we ordered them that way just because we felt, hey, Mii Brawler can hit harder and has more combo potential than the rest. Mii Gunner has that spacing and everything, can still hit hard, has some kill options with like that neutral B Samish shot kind of everything. And Sword Fighter is just awful and has too much lag to do anything, is really, really unsafe.
Yeah. The other part I was gonna say, I think now is a good time to bring up the Japanese tier list, the most recent one. Bless you.
Good man.
This is the right one, right?
I believe
Is
so.
it the one that has me Brawler like near the top?
Yeah. And so what I feel like they did was they might have
included. the
Because
special.
we did
specials.
ours straight ones in all of their specials. I
Yeah.
said that earlier.
All oh god, all default special moves.
Yeah. And if you guys didn't know, Me Brawler has this one up B where it's kind of like Little Max, how it twists around like a tornado and does all this flurry of punches and everything. But if you knock someone off of a ledge and then use it and only get the very first punch of it in, and only that one, it can kill at 0%. And so I've seen it used where it was like down throw to that off of the ledge in Yoshi's Island,
Yeah.
and it killed. And I was absolutely amazed because the guy was only at like 3 or 4% after the down throw, and it's absolutely
That's all he needed.
ridiculous.
But without that,
He sucks.
pretty bad.
His up B without that, the default one, is a lot like Kirby's, except it doesn't have the projectile that comes out afterwards.
Yep.
Um,
There's a pitfall though, right?
no, that's his down B.
That's the
His,
headbutt.
his
Oh,
down
you're right.
B is like Bowser's bomb, the Bowser bomb and everything, where Bowser kind of jumps up and then slams down, except the Me Brawler, excuse me, hits with his head first and pitfalls anyone he hits. However, I don't think he can cancel it on the ledge like Bowser can, which is really, really unfortunate. But
It's about Dr. Mario.
Doc.
What makes him so much worse than regular Mario?
he has the second worst recovery in the game. His tornado doesn't function as well as Luigi's does, so he can't use that as like a secondary recovery option to boost him. He's slower, and
Knockback is too heavy.
his knockback, like what I was saying earlier, Mario can grab, down throw, up tilt, re-grab, down throw, up tilt, up air, up B for a combo finisher, deal like 60%. How Dr. Mario's string goes is grab, down throw, up tilt, up air, up B.
And that's like maybe 30%.
30 something, yeah. He doesn't have the combo potential that Mario does. His cape doesn't stall in the air, and his down B doesn't give him the recovery option like it did in Melee.
Just change the character
he's
without
just-
thinking
he's
about
too
how to
slow.
change it.
He's too slow to really follow up on a lot too. So it's really unfortunate because I wanted him to be good, because I really like that down B tornado. I like Flood a lot, being able to get people, but having the extra recovery option and just being the Doc is really cool.
He's got a PhD in pain.
It's just unfortunate that he's not that great.
About to write you a prescription.
And see, you can make so many puns, and I wish I could just sit there and
play
play
Doc, but-
and play someone in a tournament making all these puns and just getting inside their head, but he's just not that good.
Wii Fit Trainer. It's just a total mess.
The
Alright.
only thing that's a mess is probably her disgusting range.
Okay.
She's got bad range and messed up
She just
hitboxes.
really has, yeah, that's what I was about to say, really unusual hitboxes.
Like, what's fair? What is this? I get it's yoga. I get it's yoga. That doesn't work.
All right. So, and this is like a personal story of
Apparently,
mine.
pitfall with your foot.
You can pitfall with the back
Spike.
foot.
You spike with your back foot.
Oh,
stuff
spite,
like
not
that.
pitfall. Excuse us.
She has a pitfall, third jab.
She does. Okay, real talk. I love Wii Fit's kit. It's so fun. It's so unique. I mean,
I can't call it fun because it sucks. You can't get hits.
If it worked, it'd be awesome.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying like when I look at it, I'm like, it's so creative.
yes, I absolutely love how creative it is.
Wii
It
Fit was
doesn't
totally
work.
going to be my main going into this game.
I thought about maining Wii Fit too because she just looked cool.
It's like the prime example, and on my list, she's not the person next to Swordsman. That's Dr. Mario for me. But and even now, I think she's maybe a little too low, but it's for good reason, because like the kit isn't complemented by how much damage or KO potential she has. It's just not,
No.
and there's nothing you can do to fix it. It's
And
unfortunate.
volleyball's like the worst move in the game.
What do you do with volleyball? What do you do with it?
What do you mean? You see what you do? You get rid of it.
You stall your recovery to mix up your opponents. That's cool. What else do? You maybe get lucky and hit them with the actual
What do you
volleyball.
mean get lucky?
You want to hit them with it?
I mean, if you know what you're doing, yeah, you can hit them with
It's got
it.
such a weird projectile path.
And okay, I can change it, and I'll make it hit a little
Slightly.
bit. Yeah,
Slightly.
like if I were able to hit it any time I wanted to, it'd be different. It'd be a different projectile
You can be
entirely.
canceled out of it too. I
Yeah.
used Flood on Wii Fit Trainer, and it pushed her away, and the ball just dropped.
Yeah, you can cancel out of it. I
With
feel
air
like with
dodge.
air dodge, and you can also do the same thing with down B.
When Wii Fit Trainer cancels out of her volleyball, does the falling volleyball still hurt?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I wasn't under it when I pushed you away from your volleyball.
I'm just thinking.
I'm sure you could do some villager shenanigans and just cancel the ball on the ledge and let it fall, but I don't know if it would do anything.
Yeah, it'd probably be like bop.
It'd
And if
probably
they,
be like,
like-
whoa, that was something.
Thanks
If they
for
didn't-
refreshing my up B.
If they didn't have a second jump, then maybe it would do something. It's just no range, no combos.
It's my favorite bad character.
And I mean, looking at Japan's tier list compared to ours, it's like how ours was when we all came together, how our individual ones were. There were so many similarities. There were a
But then
ton
there's
of,
just
there's so
like,
many
giant
differences.
differences.
Yeah, it's
Like Marth in E tier. What's up with that?
no.
Totally wrong.
I don't think Martha's E tier.
So close to the bottom.
Obviously, that's why he's like what's that?
B.
B. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
B in this.
It's almost A. It could happen. The dream.
Just play him better.
Excuse me? I have to do
Oh
it.
my gosh!
I have to be the one
Get
to do
called
this?
out.
I don't know. Look, if you want your character to be noticed, notice me, senpai.
I need Mewtwo King to get into 4 and actually be good.
Can I just like main Mewtwo?
I mean, go
I wanna
for it.
do
Oh, when Mewtwo comes out, are we gonna make a different tier
I
list?
don't think we have to make an entirely different. Well, we might have to make it.
I mean,
entirely
I'm
different
hoping the
list.
meta will be different by then.
I'm
And
so
We'll
ready.
be seeing some like a lot of the characters from B tier move up
Guys,
because I think they have a lot of potential.
I really, and I know I'm the one out of this table for 4 group that believes that. I don't think Diddy's a fad. Honestly, TBH, I think he's here to stay unless the next quote-unquote patch does anything to him. I think he's here
I
to
just think
stay.
it's gonna work like most other competitive games. It's like, all right, who's strong? Diddy Kong. How do we beat him? X thing. X thing's gonna win, and you're gonna see X thing, whatever it is. Probably Wii Fit Trainer, obviously.
Obviously.
Gonna rise up and gum over Diddy. It's like, okay, well, what beats this thing? It's a natural thing until it.
I really hope that happens.
stalls.
I hope it does too. See, that's not my intention with my words. I hope it happens, but I don't think it will.
They already made like a rock paper scissors kind of thing in this game, where like attacks beat grabs, and grabs beat shields, but shields beat attacks.
You know
which
what
are
beats
different.
everything? Out of shield.
Which, is different from Brawl, where you couldn't stop someone from grabbing you because of the grab armor. So
Right.
I'm hoping that like the same thing kind of happens. Like, say like Diddy is like a rock, and then some other like character is like paper and can overtake that.
But
And
then
I
Scissors
hope-
comes in.
Yeah, and I hope that kind of just like happens, and we have a rock paper scissors kind of effect, because I think that's a healthy metagame.
Sure.
I think it
Where-
is as well.
I mean, a lot of people get on the hype train, and you'll see a lot of scissors out at once. So you just choose a rock character and whoop their tail, and then everyone's going to be playing, like
Everybody playing the rock characters.
Yeah. so you pick a paper
Pick a
character.
paper character.
So you can adapt and grow with the meta as it changes, and I think that's just a healthy thing to go for.
Sure.
I would agree, and let's make these closing statements. I would totally agree with that. The only issue I see with that right now is it's like you have rock people or rock tools or whatever, and you're like, all right, this beats scissors, and then scissors beats paper, and paper beats rock. Cool. Diddy doesn't feel like any of those tools. When I play Diddy, even though I'm not a Diddy main, when I play him, it doesn't feel like I'm using a tool. It just feels like
I mean, there's still time for the metagame to evolve and see if we can find any flaws with Diddy and if anyone is actually has a good matchup against him.
It's very hard to find a matchup against someone that kills so early, has so many different options, and it seems like one option, but there are differences.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Okay.
I think by like 6 months from now, Diddy will be toppled. That's my prediction.
I'm hoping it's less time.
I
Tomorrow it's gonna be like, by the way, guys,
We fit trainer.
We fit trainer. It's total counter to Diddy.
I can't. It's not I can't see it happening.
She's like gonna dodge side B with down tilt or something.
I'm just ready for Mewtwo to be added to the game, and people are like,
Oh.
guys, which melee characters would be good in Smash 4? Oh wait, he's just Dr. Mario tier. Bottom.
Mewtwo is the trump card. Confirmed. Mewtwo will
What if they
counter
were
Diddy.
like waiting to see who's going to be like S tier? And they're like, okay, we're going to make Mewtwo's kit counter this character entirely.
Oh, yeah. Watch, Diddy Kong gonna do his side B, and Mewtwo is gonna be the little psychic kinesis, hold him in the air thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want to be in the air? Oh, there you go.
It'd be fantastic.
Be able to like confuse people
I
out
don't
of.
know. Maybe Palutena could be used with her side B, the reflector,
Reflect.
to get rid of the command grab and everything. I don't know. And the bananas. I don't know. Like there's time to find out.
There are matchups to be had.
Yeah.
There
the
are.
game is still young. It's still early. So we'll figure it out. We'll watch it grow and everything. I think this is a really solid game, honestly. Especially with jump, cancel, glide tossing, and perfect pivoting being things. I think this game has a lot of room to grow.
Okay, I think that we're pretty much done. I think the last thing I wanted to say, I think it's a very solid game. One thing I hope you stop doing, I love you, Nintendo, I love you to death. You're my favorite. One thing I hope you stop doing is when there are mechanics in a game, I understand that it makes your game look broken and maybe not look as polished as you'd like it to be. Add in mechanics that can reward technical players. Perfect pivoting, it's a great example. It's pretty much the same. Wave dashing, that was a great idea. I love you.
I don't know if they meant for that
Yeah,
to
I don't think
happen.
wave dashing
So-
was ever intentional.
Sakurai has interviews.
Oh, did he
Well,
say
did
that
they
was
say they
intentional?
put it in, or they knew it was there and they just didn't take it out?
No, they knew it was there, and they like kind
They
of.
didn't talk about it.
They didn't never talk about it. They're just like, "Hey, Sakurai, this can happen," and he was like,
Well,
"Yeah, that's
well,
You see,
fine."
I feel like that's a PR thing. Like, hey, you hear about this thing they found in your game? We meant for that.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
We
I don't
knew
feel
that
like
was there. Yeah.
you can joke about it. I don't feel like that. But I feel like there should like perfect pivoting, glide
Glide
tossing.
tossing.
Don't take those out.
Please.
Well, they already said they're not going to do balance changes or anything.
They don't plan to.
I don't think that this is going to stop it or start it. I guess.
I hope not. It's my last word.
Okay.
All right.
You guys have anything?
Well, it's good.
Close this.
Until next time.
We are at Table for everybody. I'm Matthew,
I'm Gavin.
I'm Connor.
I'm Gibson.
and we will see you in a couple of minutes. We're gonna do a Sly Cooper stream. Please stay tuned. We'll be ready in a little bit.
Maybe.
Like a few minutes.
Thanks.
Hopefully.
Time will pass.
Love you.
I mean, we're like friends, but I don't know.